Shut up.
Welcome back to my channel.
Your head.
Today, I'm getting my hair done.
He's met a woman who would judge him.
Y'all gonna watch me transform.
Let me tell you about it.
Don't get y'all hair done
We
by
adopted him when
Kim.
he
She
was
abusive.
11 months. His mother was in.
I like all of my customers and clients to feel special. So if you feel like this is your show, baby, go off. Okay, but this is the As Told by Kim show. Of course, I am Kim. If you don't know, now you know. So I'm just going to get straight into this voiceover. I am installing a 24-inch body wave frontal wig on my friend/ship. So all the reactions and any other crazy things that's going on is because we playing. So I do make sure that all of my clients and customers are comfortable with me. So don't be coming in my chair being me, okay? Okay, but right now I'm cutting the ear tabs out of this cap, because if you don't do that, you're gonna be capping. So I'm spraying Got To Be glue spray on the front lining of her hair. I'm gonna blow dry it for 5 minutes on the cool setting. Make sure it's on the cool setting. Cool setting is going to melt your lace faster, make your cap dry better. So make sure you use cool setting when you're installing a lace. Okay, at this point I'm still blow drying this cap onto her head, and the next step I will use is I'm going to sew the back of the cap to her braids. I did braid her hair straight to the back. Actually, I didn't braid her hair this time, but one of our other mutual friends braided her hair to the back, and I am going to sew the cap onto those braids in the back so the cap can be secured down when installing the wig. I go from ear to ear in the back, so from one ear to the other. And now I'm going to cut down the middle with my scissors, and I'm going to cut one side. I alternate between the razors and the scissors. The scissors kind of help me better because the razors be scaring me sometimes. I'm also cutting the extra cap in the back after I had sewed the rest of it down. So like it's going to be excess cap, so of course you're going to need to cut that off as well. So this is technically a part of the ball cap method. This is my ball cap method. I alternate through to different methods sometimes, but this is something that I usually use majority of the time. So you Got To Be glue spray down, you let it dry. I use a little Got To Be glue gel as well, but sometimes I don't use that much because it tends to slide. I don't know why, but it does. Also, it's essential to use alcohol when before applying the cap. I did use alcohol, but I forgot to add that in the video. So make sure you wipe the forehead to get rid of excess oils or anything that could potentially hinder the lace from laying flat, sis, because if your lace ain't flat, what is it? It ain't it. That's what I know. So right now I'm using this pad with alcohol on it to wipe the excess Got To Be glue spray off and gel so we can get into it, right? Period. Now I'm using my beauty blender I have liquid foundation that I use. I dab some on my hand and then I dab it in the beauty blender and then I dab it on her head because we be dabbing, period. Okay. Anyways, so that's how that goes. As you can see, it is blending perfectly fine with her forehead. It's not going to be the exact same color. I ain't get that export yet, but we're going to get there, period. Y'all know, honestly, I came a long way. I'm going to show y'all videos from when I started doing closures and frontals to now. Like, I've come a long way, and I appreciate people like this that help me, you know, build me up. Don't even hesitate to pay or nothing like that. Help me, you know, practice on their head and stuff. So, like I said, this is a 24 inch. This is not a 24 inch. I actually lied because she like baby hair. So this is a 20 inch frontal from my collection. So yeah, this is a 20 inch body wave, not a 24 inch because I lied earlier. I apologize for lying. I won't do it no more. So I'm going to cut this extra lace in the back because that's just a note to have that there. I adjusted the clips for her head. You actually have to put it on to see if it fits. You can adjust it some more, but I just assumed that's how it would fit. And I don't know if it was good. So she's gonna hold that while I brush it down a little bit, and then we're gonna clip that because we gotta work on this front, baby. So I did the plucking and I bleached the knots, so it really looks good, like even without even putting it on. Oh my god, I just fell in love. Woo, child. Woo, okay. But for real, so I'm gonna have her hold that down. You want to cut around the ears so it can be comfortable for her to wear. Like, and it's okay, you're gonna cut extra hair off, but it's fine because you don't need all that anyway because it's not going to be necessary. So I'm going to one ear from the other. I'm not actually cutting the sides perfectly off, so I'm going to take my comb and I'm going to, you know, split it now to see what I don't need for that ear tab. So as you see, I'm cutting hair off now, but that's just the fit, and you can tell that fits her head perfectly fine. And I make sure I ask my clients, you know, if it's comfortable before I actually start gluing it down, because you don't want to glue it down, then they not comfortable, and then you just looking at them crazy because baby, I asked you. Or if you didn't ask them, like, dang, I should have asked them, and then it's gonna be your fault. So as you can see, I'm cutting off that extra piece that don't need to be there. I didn't cut all of that off because some of that could be used for her little sideburns. So some of it I did cut off though. Boom. And if it's just right, baby. I do like to split the middle of the lace down because I like to work from one side to the other. It just makes it easier for me to see what I'm doing and what's going on. So I'm going to apply that glue to one side of her head, of course. And then I'm going to spread it out. Some on the cap and some on her forehead as well. And then I'm going to take some of that glue that I don't need and bring it to the other side as well. And then I'll add glue as I'm going to the other side. As well on that lace, just so it can look and blend better with her, her scalp that's supposed to be. So I'm going to add another layer of, I'm using Ghost Bond glue, so I'm going to use another layer of that. And I'm going to spread it out, of course. Oh, this girl, when I tell you she had this wig on for so long. She had this wig on for so long. I was so proud. But she'd be like, can you fix this? Can you fix my baby hairs? I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. But I don't mind. I don't mind adjusting, helping, Because some people are not used to closures, frontals, and none of that stuff. So I'm still spreading that out a little bit. I'm going to use a little bit of Got To Be Root spray. It was cold. That's why she looked like that. She played too much. Wipe the extra off, and now I'm going to lay side by side. So I had her hold that down, and then I laid the other side down and had her hold that as well. So now I am going to comb that glue and that lace into each other to make them, make them friendly, make them connect, baby. Okay. I still have her holding that. She looked like a little mamacita with this little hair. She usually has a fro because she's natural. So I ain't never seen her in no light like this, so I was a little ecstatic, She gonna treat me for talking about her, but it's okay. So I'm gonna use my razors and my scissors because I like to alternate, but the razors worked a little better for this. So I'm gonna cut that extra lace off. I did not let it dry like I should have. I should have, because as you can see, it's coming up, but that's extra lace. I just cut that off. So you can go in and adjust as well and add as much glue as you need to add to make sure that it's down. Sometimes you have to let it sit not sometimes, but you literally have to let it sit. I was most likely rushing because we had other stuff to do. So next time, let it dry for about 5 minutes. Put the cool setting on there. I'm gonna let it dry after this as well, but just make sure before you cut the lace to let it dry a little bit too. And now I'm cutting the other side. I'm trying to do it the best way as I can because those scissors be tricky. And I'm going to cut off extra pieces that's not needed because it needs to fit the client's hair. Like, it has to be for them, like designated for them. Like, it's like they own dream car, they own dream wig. You got to get them right. So I'm adding Got To Be glue spray to make sure that it lays and stays down. She wants a side part, so I'm going to part it, but as I'm parting it, before I actually complete, parting it, I'm going to put on a wrap and I'm going to tie it down and I'm going to let it dry for a little while. I still had to adjust this frontal and make sure that it was fitting just right. So she did want baby hairs as well. So I parted the baby hairs before I actually used the wrapping strip to tie her hair down. So then, when that dried, I'll be able to just go in and make her some baby hairs and she can go about her day, I don't like to do too much baby hairs on a side part. So one side could have one swoop, but that's about it. It doesn't need that much. So I had her hold her hair as I tied the strip around. It's always so difficult for me to tie the strip, but I did it the easy way this time. So I'm going to use a cool setting and blow dry a little bit. And she feeling herself. Get out the camera, girl. My light came off, but we back in action. So as that's drying, I'm going to adjust her side part to her liking. She wanted something kind of deep, so I swooped it around to the back as well. And I'm going to flat iron this top part because it looks thicker because there's more hair on that side, of course. So I'm going to get that as flat as I can using my flat irons and my wand curl. Could y'all suggest me a good hot comb? Like, I really want a hot comb. I bought one and it was terrible. So I don't want to buy another one until I get a really good one. But as y'all can see, I bleached the knots already, so it looks pretty close to her hair. It was blending in really well. It was just amazing. Like, I was just so amazed. So I'm using a wax stick for that piece right there, and I'm gonna just adjust it so it can lay flat, because if it ain't laying flat, what is it doing, baby? We can't have no thick frontals and closures and stuff like that. That don't sit right with me. Ooh, child, that's ghetto actually. But anyways, I'm gonna use this hot comb to press on her head. After I adjusted that part, I'm going to take off this wrap strip. It was necessary for me to slow this part down because, whew, baby, what lace? Please tell me, because I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it. So if you could find it, please let me know. And for this lace, we're going to have a moment of silence right here, right now. Everybody be quiet. Be quiet. All right, you can go back to what you was doing. What lace? Tell me what lace you see, cause I don't see it. And if you see it, tell me something, cause I need to know where it's at. So I'm gonna make her baby hairs. I like to make baby hairs with the Goddessheircollection glue spray, cause it holds better. That's just my preference. So I'm making her some baby hairs. She never had baby hairs in her life. She was so excited. So I'm making her some baby hairs, and we just lit. She lit, cause this was cute. I'm gonna just use this wax stick to make sure that it looks good, you know what I mean? But I'm just gonna adjust the other side. Well, I'm doing the other side of the baby hairs. That is alcohol that I'm using just to make sure I clean up everything. She's feeling herself. You love to see it though. This is really cute. She touching stuff. I'm so sick of her.
Dice is on the beat.
I did cut down the sides as well because they were too long. You want them to look as natural as possible. So I made those shorter. But yeah.